Hey everyone, this is Nilan aka GeekyBaller. I'm a final year student from IIT Kharagpur and an incoming software engineer at Amazon. And today I bring to you the second episode of the internship experience series in which I bring on extraordinary people who have done their internships and also grabbed PPOs from the greatest companies in the world, be it Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Goldman Sachs. And like that, today I have with us Avi Sankritya, who did his internship at Goldman Sachs in the summers of 2021, and he also grabbed his PPO there. So in this video, he shares what kind of work did he do, what the work culture was like, कैसे PPO ला सकते हैं at Goldman Sachs में. And I'm sure that you guys are gonna love the video. So do hit the like button if you love the video. And just without further ado, let's just start the video.
Hi everyone, hi Nilayan. I'm Avi Sankritya and I'm a final year undergraduate of the Mechanical Engineering Department and I'm from Dhanbad and I did an internship at Goldman Sachs this summer.
Okay, awesome. So you interned at Goldman Sachs and you also got a PPO. So first of all, congratulations for that. And
Thanks, Nilayan.
can you share some the kind of work that you had to do at Goldman Sachs, say, over the course of 2 months, especially during this COVID times? Like I heard that your internship got shifted to a 6-week internship, and we'd love any kind of details that you can provide about the kind of work that you did, say, starting from week one till the end.
So the week one was initially, so I had to work on a proprietary framework of Goldman Sachs, which was Slang, which is a language proprietary to Goldman Sachs, and SecDB, which is their database. And so the first week was initially the training period where we introduced to this framework and how and what work we would be doing.
Right.
And the real work started from the second week when my manager introduced me to the project. And my project was basically based on initial margin. So it's a term for the value for the amount which you pay to the bank for certain kind of transactions.
Right.
And it was basically coding with financial data. And yeah.
Okay, awesome. Like, can you mention, okay, you mentioned that the tech stack was Slang, and you also mentioned that the database that you was SetDB, which was also like a proprietary database of Goldman Sachs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and like, was this a complete project that you had to build over the 6 weeks, or were there only parts of the project that you had to build, and like the main project was built already, things like that?
So it was a completely new project.
Okay.
So basically, there were parts to the project, but I had to complete this. I had to integrate this whole project by the end of my internship, and there were reviews which happened every week or so, where the parts of my work were seen, and like any suggestions or changes which need to be done were incorporated.
Okay, awesome. So, like, now,
Yeah.
can you describe what a day in the life of an intern at Goldman Sachs looks like? Like, starting from the morning, like, what did you all do? What are the meetings? All of that.
So on some days we used to have this weekly report thing where we describe what we did in the past week, and we had sort of a day-wise tabulation of what we did every day. The day generally started at like 10, and so we started with a chat with our seniors, and then I got off to work. I worked till like 1:30 or 2, and then I had my lunch, and then I again worked till like 7. And so this was my frame, I would say. This was from 10 to 7. And generally, we had some interactive sessions like fireside chats or some play games with the batchmates and the co-interns, basically. And we also had some fun events like where we talked to so there was a speed networking event where you would get randomly connected with people from GS. So it could be either an MD or a VP or even associate or something. So it was really fun, that.
Awesome. So, whom did you connect with, like, during these events? Like,
So I got connected with the associate from the Bangalore office. She was literally like really funny, and she used to do stand-up comedy
nice.
as a hobby.
Wow. And like, you can get connected to anybody across the globe in GS or just in India?
So that was basically the people who had joined GS on that particular day. So there were people from all around the world, I presume.
Okay.
Who had joined the GS on that particular day. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, like, can you describe some of the gifts and the perks that you received, say, pre-internship, during the internship, after the internship? Because I think these are the things that often motivate people to like join an internship. Ki, yaar, kya gift mil rahe hai? So some people get monitors, headphones, all of that. So can you mention some of the gifts or perks that you received?
So for the laptop thing, ours was basically a remote desktop thing. So we used our laptops itself. And apart from that, we received some goodies like we got bags, we got a pen with Goldman Sachs inscribed on it, and then we had a diary with Goldman Sachs inscribed on it again. And then after the internship, we got a big box of filled with organic material, like they were organic soaps, they were authentic tea leaves, and the coffee was there. And apart from that, there was a lot of dry fruits were there and everything. And there was a very warm note which said, "Thanks for contributing to Goldman Sachs, and we value it." So this was something which really motivated me.
Right.
That
Awesome.
I've done some significant impact, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you already talked about some fun moments during an internship. So people already know that during an internship, like companies don't really want their employees to think that सिर्फ काम ही है. Like obviously they have to do some kind of fun work so that the intern also likes their time there. So were there any more fun events that you had to do like during the internship apart from all the weekly connects and playing games, all of that?
So one thing which internship teaches you is networking.
Right.
So during my internship, somewhat a group of people from different colleges. We had a group of like 7 to 8 people from different colleges. We were working incidentally in the same division. So we got connected. And then on Saturday or Sunday, we used to have like a Zoom meeting where we would play Scribble or like any word game or something. That was really cool.
Okay, awesome. And like, why did this internship get converted to a 6-week internship? Like, any reason?
So what happened was, firstly, during April, the second wave of COVID was there, and there was a huge uncertainty about how offices are going to operate and what is going to be their future course of action. And that's when Goldman decided to give some flexibility in terms of the joining date. They extended the joining date by 2 weeks. And because they couldn't extend the ending date of the internship by 2 weeks, they had to shorten it by 2 weeks because there was a lot of uncertainty. So yeah, it became of 6 weeks.
So like when an intern becomes a 6-week intern, like I think it gets very difficult to complete a certain project, right? So did that happen in your case? Like in 6 weeks, I felt like in मेरा तो 10 weeks का था, and I felt that उसमें भी काफी कुछ like I could not start a new project because there was so much to learn. I spent the first 2 weeks learning completely. So did you face any kind of problem in that scenario कि 6 week का intern था?
So GS was quite accommodative in the sense that they actually revised our internship projects. So firstly, they had framed it according to the 10-week schedule which we had. So they shortened it by 4 weeks to 6 weeks, and then so they basically had a revision of the projects. So I was allotted a much larger project initially, but they somewhat rationalized it to, let's say, if there were 5 parts, they rationalized it to 3 parts and all. So this became the case. So everything. So they basically gave us manageable projects which you could actually finish in 4 weeks, because 1 week is for the training, the last week becomes for the presentation. So you work basically for the 4 weeks in between, right?
Okay, so you also got a PPO from Goldman Sachs. So can you talk about like what's the PPO process like at Goldman Sachs?
So Goldman Sachs actually has a good rate of conversion for the PPO thing. So I think everyone from our college got the PPOs, 11 out of 11 this time.
Nice.
And so what they basically look for is your approach towards solving a problem and your dedication. It's like you would have to showcase yourself as a team player itself. And let's say you are given a problem, you should be able to find innovative methods to it. And not just this, not just your performance on how you write the code or how you execute it matters. What matters is how you communicate with the team. Because when you work at an organization, what would matter when 5 years down the line is how you collaborate and manage different people, right? So this is what they look for in the candidate. And apart from that, a general tip which I want to give to the candidates is don't be in a constant fear of PPO aayega ki nahi aayega, because that's not in your hand, right? I used to be very frightened sometimes because I used to be sometimes in a constant fear of ki what if nahi aayega to fir placement mein baithna padega. But you need to be you need to go with the flow, and ठीक है, मतलब आ सकता है, नहीं भी आ सकता है, बट अगर नहीं आएगा तो फिर मेहनत करके करेंगे. जैसे इसमें आया तो फिर से ट्राई मारेंगे कि कुछ भी हो. But मतलब you should always like look at smaller targets कि एक दिन में ये करना है, 2 दिन में ऐसे करना है, इस वीक में इतना करना है, इस टाइप से. It shouldn't be कि PPO आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. That always like that can bog you down, right, in terms of your performance also.
Right, and like I want to talk this in terms of tech stack as well. Like Goldman Sachs usually poses a very hard coding interview rounds, and their interview rounds are generally considered very hard. So you need to be really good at CP or DSA to be able to solve the interview rounds. So normally these kind of people don't have good projects in DSA, or maybe do not have a great hold in web development and all of that. So for those kind of people, would you suggest to start web development or Android development or any kind of development before the internship, or can they start it during the internship as well and they can be successful?
In terms of the software interviews or the interviews that we have at Goldman Sachs, so they don't necessarily look for like a very good projects or something. It should be a project where you have contributed. It doesn't need to be at a very good organization or something. So you can work on that. And what basically they look for is that you should have some you should have some illustrated project where you have done something basically, and it can be from, let's say, it can be from a quantitative aptitude side, or it can be for web development or Android development. So basically there are a lot of opportunities coming up at Goldman Sachs. So even if you do something in Android, that would be rewarded handsomely because there are openings in Android team too. So yeah, you can start off with them before the internship if you want to. Web development isn't something which would be asked in your interviews for the internships per se, but yes, you can. It's always good to have a project of web development or Android development in your CV if you have one.
Right. Awesome. So I think this was it. So thank you so much, Avi, for doing this. I think this interview is going to derive great value to all the people who are watching, and they'll get an insight into what Goldman Sachs is, what the internship process is, what their internship experience is. So thank you so much for doing this, and I hope you had a great time as well.
Thanks, Nila, and I had a great time.